Hey y'all, I am Dee from Embodied Sexuality Tarot. On this channel, I do readings that revolve around relationships, primarily relationship with body and spirit, a relationship with self, and relationships with others, all right? So if you're here, for personal development, if you're here for insight into your romantic relationships, your family, friends, then that's what I do here, all right? Just making sure that you have the information needed to make the best decisions for yourself, okay? So this is a collective reading, so tune into what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm just going to open myself up and see what comes through, what needs to be heard, what needs to be honored for you guys, okay? So let's do it. Okay. Ten of Pentacles at the back of the deck. Clarify this here. Okay, we got some good energy, you guys. Hold on. Mindfulness. Good luck. Okay. Let me just start with what we have. So we've got Six of Pentacles and we've got Four of Wands. Okay, so this is the six, right? Yeah. I was like, sometimes the six looks like the nine. But anyway, yeah, so we got Six of Pentacles. This is a card of generosity, a card of balance, giving to one over another. And we've got Four of Wands here. And this is a card of union. It can be of, yeah, this is a card of union. I'm really seeing that. Honestly, the first thing that came up is that you guys are giving to yourself or giving to something in particular, or that it would be a great idea to do that. So there's a message here about investment. I primarily feel like it has to do with you personally, because we do have this mindfulness card that came out, okay? So I feel like it's a good time to clear your mind and be intentional about where you're putting your energy. I feel like for some of you, you could be thinking about a situation a lot, or maybe putting too much time into a situation for some of you. But for the main collective, I feel like this is a good investment. I'm being really drawn to all of the flowers around here, all of the flowers here. Okay, ooh, it could be that some of you are pursuing some sort of shop, like you've got a shop where you are doing some sort of gardening. You're doing something on your own, perhaps. It could be, as a side thing or as a main thing. But I do see some prosperity with that. I do see a message of getting recognition or getting money coming in, source of some sort of abundance around that. As long as you, keep your head clear and, stay focused, but also not trying to force a situation. Like, as long as you're showing up, doing what you love, and just showing up in a positive light and energy, you're attracting. Okay, so making sure to clear your mind out of negative thoughts, clear out negative energies, try not to overthink or anything like that. Just maintain a balance. And I really feel like your energy, your lightness is bringing people to you, bringing opportunity to you, bringing funds to you. Like you're magnetic right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, what else? Yeah, so ultimately it's a really good time to invest in yourself. um yeah, investing in yourself is also, it's almost like indirectly investing into something else as well. So like when you invest in your energy and taking care of you and doing things that are rejuvenating, that you love, then that's trickling out into how you show up in the world, right? So then when you do go to work, or when you are showing up in your romantic relationships or whatever, there's this lightness about you. There's this flowering, this aroma, this scent, this aura about you that is enhancing everything else. Okay, so I just definitely just feel prosperity around right now. And just to clarify that, we do also have Ten of Pentacles at the back of the deck, and right underneath that we have the Lover's card. So I can tell you right now, whatever you're manifesting, it starts with you, okay? Making sure your energy is right and that you're taken care of. And if you're doing that, I definitely see things coming along, okay? Ten of Pentacles is having everything that you need, having that stability, having that security, okay? So again, that can be within yourself, but also reflected out into your outer life. So your inner world is a reflection of your outer world, okay? What else? And then I just see so much growth as well. Like there's just so much growth around you. So if you feel like you're stuck in a situation, I feel like that's turning around pretty quickly. Because I feel like you could have been doing something a little bit at a time, like little breadcrumbs, following a trail of breadcrumbs, something like that. That just showed up, like the whole Hansel and Gretel thing. Interesting. Not the end part of the story, but just the breadcrumb. like you've been trying to follow your way somewhere, or maybe figure out where a journey is leading you, something like that. But ultimately, with all this growth around, I just feel like the little bit that you've been doing at a time is really going to pay off, okay? We've got the Lover's card being in alignment, and this big old key right here. Yes. What else is going on? I feel like if you've had a question about something, an answer is coming to you. Just the key, the locking key is coming to me, or I'm being drawn to that in particular. So I feel like an opportunity is coming to you. You might have been waiting to hear back about a job, waiting to hear back, waiting to get results, waiting to hear an answer from a person. Just something like that. Just whatever you've been waiting on, we've got a key right here. So I feel like answers are coming for sure. Okay. We also really quickly, I'm drawn to the Queen of Wands. Okay, guys, we have such confirmation around here. Okay, so not Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords is saying that your voice and your thoughts are really important right now. So making sure that you are being intentional about what you're saying and how you're articulating yourself, and also what kind of information you're feeding yourself. So if you're feeding into bad news, negative news, if you're feeding into gossip, if you're feeding into complaining and just stuff that's going to dampen your energy, I would feel like it's a good time. Again, we've got the mindfulness card. Okay, so yeah, Queen of Wands is about being unbiased and kind of setting her emotions aside to kind of think a little bit more rationally. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting the image of a ship, a sinking ship. So for someone in particular, you might have to cut. Okay, yeah. So for some of you, there could be a ship that's kind of burning in a way or sinking. I don't know if this is a friendship, a relationship with somebody else, or a relationship to some sort of a habit or something. But I feel like there's a relationship that you kind of have to let sink because it's taking more energy to keep it afloat, okay? And so when the Queen of Swords is showing up, and I feel like she's communicating that, hey, you kind of just gotta use your sword. You gotta communicate that, this is done. You gotta cut the wire. You gotta kind of let that go. I just feel like that's a message from the Queen of Swords for somebody here in particular, that there's some sort of ship that's holding you back. Yeah. And just, with her showing up, again, the Queen of Swords is about, being unbiased, being more in her headspace than in her heart. And so I feel like maybe there's a ship that you're holding on to because of how you feel about it, or because of how the other person, or, just an emotional attachment to it. But with the Queen of Swords, she's saying that, being a little bit colder in this scenario and just kind of withdrawing from the heart at this time, it will help you have more of a clear head, okay, and being more intentional. So again, that's a message for somebody in particular. And as confirmation, we do have Santa Muerte, okay, which is death, transition. Okay, so some sort of cycle is completing, something has to be let go, something is no longer aligning, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be able to carry along with you into this Ten of Pentacles that you are cultivating. Okay, so yeah. Okay, and we also had High Priestess saying, you know what that is, you know what that thing is, all right? And having the courage to do it. We also have the good luck over here, Ladybug. Okay, I definitely feel like if you're concerned about letting go of that relationship or that ship, you do have good luck on your side. Okay, so, but also I'm being drawn to the Ladybug. Ladybugs are, they have this essence about them that is feminine, right? And so I feel like maybe leaning more into, I feel like the Queen of Swords using your headspace to make the decision to go ahead and cut that and you know, separate, but also you could use a little bit of lightheartedness to help carry on, right? So if you're concerned about how things are gonna turn around or like turn back on you, you know, like if you're worried about how the person's gonna respond or something, it would be important to kind of lean into like this ladylike, gentle energy to help you with that communication. So I see. So let me make sure that I'm communicating this well, right? So the Queen of Swords is like, hey, this decision needs to be cut off. We need to move along. Get out of your heart space so that we can do this. But also with the Ladybug, it's like you don't want to be too cold about it. If you're concerned about the repercussions, then you don't have to be too cold. You can still do it in a gentle way that feels safe and productive or well for you and the other person or the thing. Okay. So that was a message in particular. So let's keep going. What else needs to be heard? What needs to be honored? Oh, hold on. What was that? Oh, there it is. Ooh, we had two. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, Knight of Wands. Okay. We got the Hangman here. Okay. And we have Six of Wands. So I definitely feel like there's a period of, I feel like you're coming out of a storm. You're coming out of a space of maybe confusion. I'm being drawn back to the breadcrumbs. Okay, hold on. They're showing me like the breadcrumbs, and then it's turning into a yellow brick road, y'all. That's so cute. But anyway, what they're saying to me is this is a period of like you stepping out of like this cloudy, rainy, what the heck is going on here, body in the mud, you know, just like this weird space of not really, I don't know, just this weird space. And also I feel like you've kind of been alone in this space as well, and I feel like this has to do with your feelings. So you could, you know, be going through life, you know, doing what you need to do, but internally, like this feels like what maybe you could be experiencing internally. And I feel like you've been in this space for a decent amount, like, you know, more than a few months, because we got the clock here. The Hangman is about, you know, taking your time with things. And so that's why they're showing me the breadcrumbs where you're trying to make movement towards something, but it feels like it's been still. Well, guess what? Six of Swords, all right? Coming out of this space, going into the Six of Swords. Or not Six of Swords, Six of Wands. I don't know why I keep misspeaking. I wonder if that has to do with something. Maybe just another message of like being intentional with your speech. And also, I'm speaking very quickly. So, and the Hangman is a card of taking a pause, right? So, I feel like, yeah, maybe that's just a reiteration of like taking pauses and slowing down, and also the fact that there's a huge shift. So it's like this pause of slowness, of growth, or a period of uncertainty or something like that, and then it just shifts where things are quick. Okay, so if I were you, I would kind of prepare for that. I would prepare to like be acknowledged or prepare for an opportunity, prepare for a response. Okay. But I also see that community, you're going to be a part of community. So if you've been isolated in a way with this Hanged Man, I feel like there's going to be people around you that's going to connect to or relate to what you're experiencing or what you're trying to do. Okay, so what if you were trying to go at something alone, you're not going to be going at it alone anymore. Okay, we got Six of Wands. What else is going on? I feel like there's a past person coming up, and I don't know why. Past person. What's going on with the past person? Navigation. Safe travel. Okay, so I was being drawn to this guy, and I just felt like you know them for some reason. So this feels like a past person, who I feel like, you know, I mean, it could be an ancestor, it could be a spirit guide, or it could be an old coworker, an old friend. There's somebody around you, and I asked why. We have the navigation card. Okay, so this could be a fish sign, Pisces, or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio. If they're not, you know, could have it in their chart, or, you know, maybe they like fishes. Maybe you met them by the water. Maybe so, I don't know. But ultimately, the main message here is navigation. Okay, so I feel like there's somebody who's about to lead you out of this pause. Okay, so they could be coming with information, they could be the one bringing you an opportunity. Okay, so it could be a man that's going to call you, text you, offer you a job, offer you advice, mentor you, something like that. But ultimately, this is going to be some sort of celebratory thing. Also, there is a father figure as well. So I don't know if this person has children or if they're just in a parental authoritative position, but they're showing up very wise. They're actually showing up as a king of wands or a king of swords in my mind. Okay. So yeah, I don't know who that is to you, but there you go. All right. Also, we have safe travel. So I just want to let you know, whatever this transition is for you. I mean, you could actually be moving. You could just be. It's some change altogether. Again, we have the water here. Okay, so I don't know if what kind of travel this is for you. But either way, I just wanted to show you this because you've got safe travel. Okay, so I feel like it could be that this person coming in is going to make the plans for you or help you arrange things in a way that work out. Okay, so like I said, they could be bringing advice or something like that. So either way, there's nothing for you to stress about. Okay, you don't have to stress about it. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going a little bit. Let's do a little bit more. What else needs to be heard? What needs to be honored? Oh, yes. Okay, Two of Wands, Seven of Wands. Okay. So, Two of Wands here. I feel determination. All right. Your determination is. And I also do feel like, okay, for some of you who this is about a relationship or something around that, like a romantic one or a friendship. Highly romantic, though. Okay, so if you're basically, there's a message here for somebody in particular about a romantic person. It doesn't feel like they're playing around about you, like they are ready to. It's not this isn't a card of like going to war or anything like that, but it just feels like they feel, I don't want to say possessive either, but they've already claimed you. They're they kind of set claim on you. I feel like this is a happy relationship that sparked very quickly. Like they instantly felt like they feel like you're a happy person. They feel like you are a light person, kind-hearted, that they can have, you know, a good, fun relationship with you. There's just happiness around this connection, and so they've already kind of claimed you. Okay, so that's a message for somebody. What is the message for others? The message for others is, again, I'm getting determination. I'm also getting something about intuition. So if you're trying to make a decision around something using your intuition, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so here's an example. All right, this doesn't have to be your story, it's just an example. So if you applied for two jobs, And in one job, you read the application and you felt like, I can do this. I just need a job right now. I can do this, right? And then you read another job and you lit up and you were like, oh, wow, this sounds like fun. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, wow, this sounds, right? They're two different feelings, right? So what this is saying is use your intuition a little bit and feel out how you're feeling with certain situations, okay? And that'll help guide you to the best opportunity for you, right? If you go through one interview and the person is just like, okay, well, can you do this? Are you available this time? Okay, bye, right? And it's like a 5-minute interview. But if you go to the next one and they're talking to you for like 45 minutes and really trying to get to know you and you just feel happy and connected, okay, that's gonna feel better, right? So there's a message here of like using your intuition of like to guide you into spaces that feel, good to you, right? All right, and remember that was just an example. Okay, the Seven of Wands wanted to say something. Hold on. What do you want to say, Seven of Wands? There's a message of keep going. And then we also have, okay. So the Seven of Wands wanted to come out. There was a message of keep going. And then for clarification, we have the Grim Reaper. So I just feel like, just keep going. It doesn't seem like if you're turning around to look at a person, a situation, to look at some memories, to kind of stay in that past, it doesn't seem like it's going to serve you. I just see you being like going on to bigger and better things, blessings coming in, energy being lighter, happiness. Like there's just so much ahead of you that the Seven of Wands is just like, keep going, please, for your sake, Not trying to give you any tough love or anything, but that's what I hear the Seven of Wands saying right now. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and end this reading because I can keep going and going. So let's go ahead and give you a self-care card to help you process your reading or something to do to support you along your journey, okay? We got 2. So scan your body, okay? Take a little time out of your busy day and return to your body. Feel and scan every part of you from head to toe. What bodily sensations are there? Any tension worth observing? Notice how your body feels right now and listen to the emotions that want to be heard. All right. Next one. Create today's title. If today is a movie, what title would you give it? Coffee date with best friend Sunday? Pamper at the salon Friday? Surprise my dog Wednesday? Be as creative as you can. Use this title as your guide throughout the day. All right. So that's just being intentional about your days and also tuning into your body and recognizing where tension is, where pain is, where discomfort is, but also where happiness is, right? If I'm massaging my hands feel pretty good after that, and that lets me know, or it helps me connect to my hands, my body, and also acknowledge them for, being present with me, for allowing me to grab stuff and to write and to read tarot, right? So just that acknowledgement of the body, all right? So thank you for tuning into these messages. I wish you so much luck on your journey. Take care.